Hi everyone, it's Victoria at Balls Global and I hope you're doing really well. So today's topic is all about food supplements and how to get them registered in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is an area that we're seeing more and more of our clients interested in, or people coming to us asking us for help in order to understand the label requirements and the compliance requirements to get their products successfully registered in Saudi Arabia and be able to sell them there. Part of this reason is due to the fact that there has been a fairly recent change in legislation from the Saudi Food and Drug Authority, who regulate food supplements, insofar as historically it became very difficult for brands in this space, particularly with capsules and tablets, to be able to register their products without them being considered pharmaceutical type dosages and needing therefore pharmaceutical type documentation, most of which food supplement manufacturers simply just didn't have. Thankfully, now that's changed, and this is now meaning that those brands and manufacturers in the food supplement space can get their products registered with the Saudi SFDA, particularly those capsules and tablets that were notoriously difficult in the past. And this is opening up a wealth of opportunity for brands to enter into this space. However, there are considerations that you need to make and things and steps to go through in order to get your product successfully registered as food supplements or potentially as other types of products, as we'll go into. So some of the areas to think about when it comes to your products for registration and labelling for food supplements in Saudi Arabia. One of the things that's important is to consider the classification of the product. This is because the SFDA consider the products differently depending on the active ingredients and what they call the upper limits that they have for the micronutrient levels inside products which contain vitamins and minerals, etc. It may be therefore that whilst your product is considered a standard food supplement in your country of origin, potentially your products may fall under a different product classification and may be considered, for example, a health product, which is different classification from a food supplement, is more complex and lengthy to achieve the certification and the approval for registration to come through, and with it contains other advantages and disadvantages also. Another area is herbal products, which generally will fall under herbal registration, again as compared to a food supplement, is more lengthy, takes more time to achieve registration. So being aware of that and being able to find the right partners who can work through those registrations with you and willing to adapt to those timelines are important to consider within this. There is a mechanism within the SFDA for you to be able to submit your products for classification, and the SFDA will therefore give you an official line back as to which category your products would fall into. So if you are in any doubt and you would like that confirmation, you are able to do that through the registration pathways with the SFDA. In terms of products that are considered food supplements then, some of the mandatory requirements are, again, things around Arabic labelling, like food and drink, for example. You must have Arabic text on the products. Usually as well, unlike food items that may be stickered, the preference is usually to have the products printed with the Arabic on the labels themselves. Again, any claims on the products must be clearly displayed and marked and evidenced. Another area that you find with supplements that tends to be different from, say, country of origin, particularly in the UK and Western Europe, is the need to still have full nutritional tables. Like food and beverages, being able to also put things such as the fats, the proteins, and again, trans fats, cholesterol, sodium, quite in-depth detail on your nutritional information of the actual supplements themselves is required in order to get the products registered with the SFDA. So generally that does mean that a lot of companies will need to make quite significant adaptations to their labelling and packaging that they would be putting forward for submission for the SFDA for registration. So beware of that and ready to make those changes. Claims is another area that it can be quite a sensitive topic when it comes to registration of with the SFDA. And it may be that, again, you will need to eliminate some of those claims in order for the registration to be accepted, or adapt them, or be able to evidence the claims that you are making. Another area to be mindful of is with regards to warnings and user groups for which the product may or may not be suitable. For example, not suitable for pregnant women, not suitable for use with children, for example, and being able to then put those onto your products if required is another area for consideration. So going back to classification again, just to reiterate a bit more around the importance that that will lead to, and also some of the positives. It may be that a food supplement is, of course, an easier way to get registration and to be accepted as a product. And health products and herbal products are clearly more lengthy and more time consuming. However, because of that, it does mean that there are fewer people having the staying power to get that level of registration through. Equally, then, there can be some benefits in having your products classified as health products, for example, where that way you don't need to pay any VAT, or the consumers won't pay VAT, which can really help with your value chain and your pricing in the marketplace, which is a growing market but a competitive market within the supplement space. Equally as well, some products may then, going through a more lengthy registration process, may also then be able to be reimbursed through insurance claims, for example, which again, a lot of Saudi consumers would really have then a preference, and healthcare professionals would have a preference to prescribe the product. Because don't forget that food supplements in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia are not always just considered through pharmacy retail channels. There is also the opportunity to sell your products through a more healthcare professional channel and through doctor prescription channel as well, even for products that we might consider in the Western world as potentially quite FMCG or retail-based products. So again, that can be a really good added benefit through going through a more rigorous registration process. Whichever way you decide to go about it, what is clear is that for Saudi Arabia, there is a huge growing opportunity in this space of vitamins and supplements. There is still space for people to enter the market. It is not a mature market yet. So if you have products that could be suitable for the Saudi consumers and you would like to commit to entering the market and having some long-term success there, then we definitely would recommend that you take a look at the marketplace in more detail and assess the opportunity to enter the market and to have that to be one of your target export territories that you pursue. So we hope you found that useful. We do have more information and resources available on our website at balsglobal.com, so do take a look. And if you would like to discuss Saudi Arabia and the opportunity for your vitamin and supplement brand in the kingdom, then do get in touch with us and we'd happily have a chat and talk to you further about the opportunity. Thanks for listening.